Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Buffalo Picker, episode 28. And tonight, my special guest is Maggie Doodle, Thrift Shop.
Fashionista.
Okay. Also, I have Glass City Pickers and Addicted to the Hustle.
We're back.
With that being said, panel, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, let our special guest go ahead, man.
Oh, Maggie Doodle on YouTube and on Instagram. I'm Thriftshopfashionista. Do you want me to tell them?
No.
Go ahead. All right, so I'm Alton with Addicted to Hustle. I think most of you probably know me by now, hanging out with this awesome crew. So again, full-time worker. I do this part-time, and we just all about the hustle, making it happen.
Glass City Pickers. I'm Chris.
I'm Tonya.
Full-time for my side.
Full-time for my side. I'm a full-time nurse. I work at the VA, and that's it.
All right. So I'm Buffalo Picker. I'm a part-time reseller. I've been selling for 3 years. I'm actually 1 month away, but I'm just going to say 3 years.
3 years.
So also a full-time federal employee and retired military. So tonight, our special guest, we're going to go ahead and let her tell us a little bit more about herself. We're going to have a talking point on how do you expedite your sales during Q4. Everybody know that we are in that window right now of August going into December. So this is a big time for resellers. If you selling on Amazon, you definitely have to have sales already going or prep to go to Amazon. If you're selling on eBay or any of the other platforms, you know what you need to do and what's important to sell on those particular platforms for Q4. So we're going to do a question and answer for anybody in the group. If you have any questions for the panel, make sure you drop it into the chat. And like I have always said, we don't shoot from the hip on this show. If we don't know, we will go find the answer for you. But we're not just going to tell you anything to make you go out there and fail. And last but not least, we're going to do a show and tell. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get into it with the special guest. And my first question for Maggie is, if you could you tell us how you got into the resale game?
So many years ago, I think 1997, I think, I was in a group related to a favorite author of mine, favorite children's author, and one of her books was going on sale. Her first edition of one of her books was going. Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah. They had a minor distraction.
There was a mouth on our camera. I'm sorry. I'm like, what was that?
Tonya trying to tell me something? Like, I've got like something. Okay.
No, you're good. Anyway. You're good. Our fault.
Anyway, a favorite author of mine, a first edition of one of her books was going on sale on this site that I had never heard of called eBay. So I went over to see what was happening, and I think the book ended up selling for like $10,000 or something. But in the meantime, back then you could go onto eBay every week, say once a week, and you could see all the books that had been listed in like the past week. That's how few items were listed there. But I noticed that some familiar titles were books that my husband had sitting in our basement because he was a member of the science fiction book club. So I told him, you can say goodbye to those books, because I started listing them on eBay. And that's how I got started.
Okay.
My husband's science fiction collection.
Right. So how long it been now?
It was 1997. So, yeah.
So you're a veteran.
Yeah. Back in the day when you took the pictures with your camera and took the camera to your drugstore to get the film developed.
Right. Yeah, I hear some of the stories. I think it was Callie Picker was telling us about the time back then where you had to wait for the customer to send you the money in the mail or something like that. And like, man,
with money orders and stuff.
Send you a check, money order, then you'd wait for the check, the cash. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so since you've been doing this, and I mean that's quite a while. I mean, I only been doing reselling since 2017. But since you've been doing this, what's some of the strangest things you done came across?
Well, I'm not sure that I've come across any really strange things. I have two distinct areas that I'm in. For most of the years, I sold books only. So I was only looking for books and only sold books. And then in 2014 is when I started getting into the clothing. So I'm going to say, maybe not strange, but one of my best sales was I was at a thrift shop and they were selling clothes, fill a bag for $7 with clothes. And I bought what my husband thought was a really skanky looking denim outfit. So it was denim pants. It was a denim jacket that had studs all over it. And I had to clean it up and everything. And when I did some research on it, I found that the actress Kate Hudson had recently worn the jacket. I think the brand was Roncelli or Roncalli or something like that. It was an 80s denim jacket and pants. Right. So I put it up for auction and I think it sold for over $600 on auction. Yeah. So that was probably the kind of strangest thing that I ever found just out of the blue. Yeah. But as for just weird items, I don't really deal. Can I tell another story though?
Oh yeah. It's the floor is yours.
One of the best things about book selling is the things you find inside the books. And so one thing I found inside a book, I found a pamphlet, which was like a story, hand-drawn and handwritten, but then and then folded over, stapled, with like a cardboard cover. And I don't know, whatever prompted me, because there was an inscription inside, whatever prompted me to do a search for the name of the author. And what it was I found her granddaughter. So this woman had told these stories to her children for years and years. And then the granddaughter's mother had told her daughter about the stories, how grandmom used to tell these stories, and that grandmom had written them down, but they had lost the book. They had lost it. So the daughter had heard about the stories that her grandmother told. She heard that there was a book, but never thought she would ever see it. So when I reached out to her to say, do you recognize this? And I sent her a picture of it. She was just beside herself. She was so happy to get her hands on this booklet that she had just heard about all her life. And it was just, one of the most amazing things. So
$10,000 you can have. So what's your favorite platform you sell on? Because I know you mentioned in the green room that you have several that you sell on. So which one is your favorite?
So I think my best money is Amazon. And on Amazon, I sell strictly books. I just sell books that I send in FBA. And so for me, I think that's my favorite platform because it's just so easy. Type in the ISBN number, write out the description, ship out the books, and then whatever else I'm doing, that money rolls in. So I think that's my favorite platform. But I also have a lot of fun on Poshmark just because I like clothes.
Right. Yeah, I think when you said that, myself and Chris, we started laughing, we smiling because we love Amazon. I mean, I'm a little disappointed with what's going on right now, but I truly understand that they are having a huge logistic problem, but at the same time, I don't think it should be at the expense of the reseller.
I agree.
But hey, we
can't. It's their platform.
Exactly.
My IPI or whatever that number is $4.97, which pisses me off.
Yeah, it's we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that because I had a good conversation with another big reseller today about that particular issue, and we kind of cross some things and figure out that you know, we know exactly what's going on based off of the conversations that we have had with Amazon, and we kind of cross-reference some things. So we'll talk about that a little bit into the show.
Yeah.
So basically tonight,
Thanks, Valerie.
the talking point tonight is how to expedite your sales during Q4. And before we get into that, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the chat. So if I miss somebody, y'all let me know, or y'all can call them out. But you know, I'm known for missing people because this thing kind of moves and my eyes ain't as good as they used to be. Want to give a big shout out to Lone Star Picker for being the first person in the chat. Jim Cooncat, I guess that's how you pronounce that. I appreciate you coming out. Trey Flippers, Kids Deals and more. Appreciate you coming out. Richard Murphy, Devil Dog. Appreciate you coming out, Devil Dog. Devil Dog and I and myself, we had several conversations this week. He's definitely trying to get me to the next level with the liquidations. David Carrier, appreciate you coming out on a weekly basis. Key Lime Kisses, thank you for coming out supporting the channel. Never Done, yeah, you've been missing in action. Never Done Thrifting. Appreciate you coming out though. Who else we got? Did I miss anybody?
Hi, Tom, Queen City Picker.
Did you say Kids Deals and More and Try Flippers?
Right.
Summer. Hi, Summer.
Batman Flippers in the house.
Nikki T, thank you for coming out. Appreciate your support. Chick Pickers. Let's see who else? Batman the Flipper. What's up, Alex? Appreciate you coming out, support the show. So we're gonna get into this talking point. Like I said, we're gonna try to keep this show around an hour tonight because I have a mountain of stuff I got to get done. And I'm trying to get most of it done tonight. So the talking point is how to expedite your sales during Q4. And that in the floor is open. Anybody can take that question, and I'll just close it out.
Well, it's about adjusting prices over here. I try to adjust prices in each one of our platform stores to try to get that product to move. You know, I try to stay constant on. We try to promote it, you know, our stuff, and on Amazon, like I said, we always try to be aggressive and play in the buy box. So, you know, that's one way that I know we have done it. You know, can you think of anything else?
That's pretty much about it.
So y'all use that technique for Q4 in the midst of Q4 as well?
Yeah, as well. We look at where we sitting with inventory and different stuff like that, and stuff that we know from the keeper then told us around that time gonna shake a cat. You feel me? So I'm just looking around, man, and I'm just thankful that we're in a situation that we can flex with the prices. You know, you got to fight, you know, if you want to get that money. I'm trying to quick flip right now.
Right.
We're trying to do quick flip.
I think for me, with on a lot of these platforms, you know, like I think like Chris is saying, he knows he's in a spot where he knows the prices, which they can fluctuate on what items they can move. Right. I think you have to be competitive, but you can't be competitive and only see the buy box. Because if you only see the buy box, that is the worst thing as a reseller you're going to find yourself in, because when that buy box drops, everyone knows what happens. It comes down. So if you don't know your numbers and you don't play by your set of rules, then you're going to lose. I don't care if you make $10,000 in Q4 sales. If you got $11,000 in product, you've lost $1,000 and you made nothing in Q4. I would rather have a $2,000 profit and sold half as much product and make a profit, whatever that number is. I'm just kind of spitballing a quick number. You know, like I think you have to be more sensible. Yes, play the game in the buy box on certain items that you know your inventory allows for. But I think you also just have to be very conscious of your numbers and what your investment is, plus cost, ship, everything. So it's a big play game. It's a big game, and it's not for everybody, that's for sure. But Chris plays I guess some people would look at Chris's and say it's dangerous. I respect it, because when you're at that level and you can play with those numbers, you can go with the flow and say, hey, I'm making money with this number. Here's my buy box. Let's go. So I'm more conservative. I would be like, I don't want to be the lowest, but I'm not going to be the highest. If I see it's the highest sales rank, I'm gonna go a little bit higher and ensure my number, and it sells. Like I'm more conservative with it.
Right.
I feel like for Q4 as a clothing seller and even as a bookseller, I don't really gear up. I shouldn't say that I don't gear up for it, but I don't feel like what I sell is particularly going to sell any better during Q4. But so what I tend to do at this time of year is I look back at what I was selling last year, what was selling for me last year at this time. And especially in clothing, I kind of plow through my death piles to pull out new with tags stuff, because that's more likely to sell this time of year. In clothing, new with tags is more likely to sell if someone's selling. I found like vintage clothing might sell more because somebody is more likely to buy that as a gift. And so that's kind of what I do. And I try to look at the trends. I look at the trends in fashion of what's going to be coming up next year. So I really kind of spend Q4 for myself and what I sell, more gearing up. I do some fall cleaning, get my workspace clear, get myself kind of geared up, and I try to look at the trends, like I say, the trends to come in the next year more. That's more in my vein of what I do at this time of year.
Right.
Well, that is anybody.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. I mean, everybody have their own system that they use during this time that works for them. For myself, I like to use, every tool at my disposal, especially if it's a free tool. Helium 10, Kiefer, Camel. Those programs are there for a reason. And they are popular tools that a lot of people like to use, especially with Amazon. I mean, I use it for Amazon and eBay. A lot of people say, well, you can just go to the What Sold app on eBay and determine this and determine that. I mean, it don't tell you everything. It's just a snapshot, So I like to go to, especially my favorite Kiefer app, but I'm slowly but surely winging over to Helium 10 to follow the trends. Like Maggie said, I follow the trend on the toys. I mean, I'm a big toy seller, and I like following the trends because if you're gonna be in Amazon, you gotta follow the data. Those numbers pretty much don't lie, and those programs kind of give you a whole breakdown of that particular product that you're trying to move. So and it plays a big role on items that I'm gonna buy in the off season as well to hold for Q4. If I see that that's a good trend on that item the prior Christmas, I'm gonna try to load up on that stuff if I can find it, after Christmas and beyond, so that I can have a big haul to send the next year. Because what I have noticed out of the 3 years I've been selling on Amazon is that those trends doesn't lie. The first year when I got into the game of Q4, I was just kind of feeling my way around. People that was, I consider as a mentor was telling me, this is what you need to do to watch this program. And I kind of watched those programs. I really didn't fully understand those applications, but once I got into that second year, it's like, like the whole curtain just dropped, and I could see everything, and I could understand, basically what they was telling me.
Right.
So it's like now I consider myself, even though I'm 3 years in, but I consider myself with those programs to be pretty efficient. So I use those programs to determine where I'm going to go. I look at when I get into the midst of Q4, I look at what everybody else is doing. I look at I don't run to the buy box. I try to let the people that want to lowball, I let them go ahead and lowball out, and then that's when I know that based off of the trend, it's gonna come around for me to sell my item. Now, I'm not gonna try to go in there and maximize my profit as well. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go and say, okay, everybody's selling their item at 50. Let me go to 95. I'm not gonna do that. But the thing is, it's all about, your business model. It's all about what kind of profit margins you want to make. And for me, if I can make $10 off an item at Q4 time, I'm cool. If I get more, that's even better. But my margins I'm trying to set is that $10 mark. If I can get that $10 mark, I'm good. I'm gonna find my sweet spot, drop it in there, and wait for it to get to me. And I'm not gonna overthink it. I just have to put in my mindset that I'm gonna make $10. If I hit that 10, I'm good to go. If I hit 20, trying to make that 10, that's even better. That's just more, gravy on the potatoes per se. But that's basically how I play it. I look at the numbers. I mean, you got the analytics for, and I'm not speaking of all platforms. I'm just basically, everybody that comes to my show know that I'm heavy on Amazon. So, I'm looking at the analytics for Amazon, the numbers, boys, and I'm just speaking in my perspective, not nobody else, is that the numbers doesn't lie. Amazon, I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at all the data. I'm taking, even though what I have found out is Helium 10 and Kiefer, they pretty much got the same information, pretty much. It may vary just a little bit, but not much. So either route, if you're a Kiefer person, and you don't want to cross over to Helium 10, I'm not advocating that. I'm not sponsored by neither one of them. I'm just letting you know that those are good tools to use to make an informed decision. Huh?
I said, but you wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind now. But those tools are good to make an informed decision when you're trying to set your profit margins for an item, and you have to go deeper than 3 months or 6 months. Go all the way back to the Q4. See what was going on the Q4, and then once you see, and this right here is this a big tip, because somebody gave me this tip 2 years ago, and I kind of didn't really understand what they was trying to tell me, but I fully understand now. So you want to not just go back to that December time frame, go beyond that. See when that item first hit the market and what it was going for. Because there's a possibility that the market has dried up, and you may be the only one sitting around. You and maybe two other sellers may be the only one sitting around with that item. And if people want it, if the demand is high enough, you can command a nice price for it. So pay attention to that. Don't just go out there and give your stuff away.
Well, just when you just said what you just said about you and some only person on the site, that's how it's been with some things.
For us.
We've only been playing how many with it?
I think 2 other people, that's it. And then usually it's just us and one other person.
And I'm talking about
on
this
a particular item we have.
Yes, and this stuff rumbles. So I understand what you're saying, but like what I know is that I can be in the mix with what I'm getting my products and stuff for, and different things I'm getting. When I look at the numbers and I see I can play the way I want to play with it,
right?
Because I already see what I didn't pay for it. I didn't set my margin and say, hey, I go in there with the fees already be taken. Let me get $15. If I make 12, I did better than I didn't do if I didn't make the 12. So I was happy with the 12 anyway it goes. So long as we keep making that $12 profit that's been booming on this product, I'm not mad at it. And I feel comfortable with that. Somewhere and somehow you got to fix your own rates to make sure you stay in the mix, especially if you got enough of this product.
Right. Hey, let me before we
sit on it.
Hey, before we go on, because I definitely want to get into this topic, because like I said, I talked to one big reseller today, and we kind of cross-reference some stuff about this Amazon IPI thing, and I just want to share that with everybody. But let me give a quick shout out, because we got more people that came in the room, and I don't want to miss out on people, not acknowledging them. Who we got? Lost Treasure 73. Okay, that was Maggie.
Yeah, my friend Bridget.
Right. Okay. Queen City Pickers. Marie, thank you for coming out. Bill Tackett, thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Who else we got here? Did I miss anybody?
Jim and Tara, did you say hi to
Jim and Tara, Carrie, thank you for coming out. If you got any questions, make sure you put your questions inside the chat, and we'll definitely try to get you an answer to your question. If you got any questions about any of the platform, we got a special guest on here that sailed on pretty much all the platforms, which is and if you got any questions, make sure you put it in the chat so we can get you all an answer. Simply Dana, thank you for coming out. I appreciate you.
Hi, Dana.
And I'm just gonna roll the chat anyway. So
Jim Cooncat had asked a question way up in the chat about books. He asked if I sell fiction or nonfiction. So I just wanted to say I sell nonfiction mostly on Amazon, things I can scan with, barcode. I have a program that I use to scan. And then on eBay, I sell, and on eBay and Etsy, I more specialize in local history books or small community, like ethnic cookbooks and quirky kind of things like that. So mostly nonfiction overall, but different things on different platforms.
Okay. So do you use the Scout IQ when you're going out getting your books?
I use a similar program called Scoutly. That's run by a seller tool, I think is the name of the provider, but it's Scoutly is the app. But yeah, it's a database that I download to the phone.
Okay. What's the premium on that?
I pay $50 a month.
Okay.
For my husband and I for a double license.
Right.
Well, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. We've used it.
Especially if you're doing a ton of books.
Yeah, we.
Go ahead.
I've got boxes and boxes down in my living room right now from a thrifting the other day. So yeah.
If you all see a question in the chat, make sure you let me know. Identify it because I know I can miss it.
Yeah, Richard, a seller tool.
Okay. So we can get back into the talking point. If a question arises, make sure you all call it out if I miss it.
Yes, sir.
Lost Treasure 73 says Maggie is the book queen.
Well, we got the book.
We have a queen and a Barbie king.
And the Barbie king on the same show. And then we got Alton Dad trying to take my title, so we're gonna have to hurry up and get that video out.
Oh man, you got him.
Hey, you never know what Glass City Pickers has in the hiding.
You got him sniffing at your heels.
You ain't lying. Like, he even messaged me this week and it's like, "Hey, when we going hunting, we got to find some more." You don't understand, like.
Yeah, you tell your dad to stay tuned, man. Cause when I come out with this Barbie video, man, he might just say, "Hey, you know what? We ain't gonna fight that hill. He can have the hill."
Well, I just want to know in the video, is it gonna have "In a Barbie World"?
Look at the Hustle's dad. I got you this time. I need something in there. You're gonna be like, "Oh man."
Yeah. So back to the talking point. And this just my opinion. This is not, it's
not written in stone.
Not written in stone. It's just my opinion because of talking to Amazon, myself and Rise and Grind Picker. I don't know if you all familiar with him. Shane. Shane probably have a little over 10,000 followers, so he's pretty heavy in the resale business. We kind of crossed up today because he came out with a video about the 500 IPI score, and I made a comment, and we kind of cross-referenced some stuff. So basically, in a nutshell, Amazon is going through a logistic crisis right now due to the situation going on in the world. And the 500 IPI score that was put out there, that's just a forest. It was a way for them to not have to restrict us again like they did back in March. And if you look at it, it's just if you a reseller, been in reselling for more than a year with Amazon, you can look at your scores and know that those scores doesn't make any sense. You can have 3 greens and 1 red and you still below 500. Or you can have 1 amber, 2 greens, and 1 red, and you still below 500. So the whole 500 thing is a forest, and it's engineered and designed by Amazon to keep from shutting down FBA like they did back in March, because they know if they shut it down this time, it will hurt them more than it hurt us. And my conclusion to that is you just got to sell on multiple platforms. Don't be pigeonholed with Amazon. Go and sell on multiple platforms. And I'm definitely just talking to Maggie in the green room. I'm inspired because of the fact that she's selling on multiple platforms. I mean, for myself, if Amazon shut down, then basically for me, only thing I got is eBay and Facebook Marketplace, which I'm not really doing a whole lot on Facebook Marketplace, but I need to definitely look into these other platforms and see. One of the moves I wanted to make was go with Walmart, get on Walmart platform, but I just haven't had the time because my whole focus has been moving into this liquidation world. So, but I say that just to say to people is that don't get discouraged, because what you're going to see, and Shane mentioned this as well, is what you're going to see probably in the next couple of weeks is all of a sudden, now that they done, gave us our sentence on this IPI score, in about 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to see your score jump back up over 500. But the thing is, you can't do nothing because it's already been set that these are your limits on storage from now to December. So, but it'll reveal itself. You'll see the craziness kind of play out.
I hope that's true. My beef with it was the fact that there was just no clear direction on what you could do to bring up that score. There was nothing.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, it didn't matter if you only had one, and that there was just no direction on how to bring your score up above 500 or.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was basically like we were saying earlier today. It's basically was rigged because when have you been on Amazon and your inventory that you're shipping into Amazon, all of a sudden it get into stranded. And it hasn't even made it to Amazon yet. It's in stranded.
Before it's even gotten there. Yes.
Exactly. So that's never happened. So all that stuff is by design to bring your score down.
Yep.
And I just can't see no other logics with it. And my conversation with captives on Amazon call was, she just basically straight up out of frustration, because I was on her like Perry Mason, because I just didn't want to take the answers that I was getting. So she finally just broke and said, look, Amazon is having a logistic problem. We're not supposed to tell y'all that, but this is what it is. We are having a huge logistic problem, and they're trying to prevent from shutting down like they did to FBA back in March. So when she said that, I just went from 99 to about 60. And I was like, okay, that's about the most logical answer that I have heard since I've been calling here for 2 weeks.
I do feel like, though, for books in any case, it's kind of, I don't know. I know that I always price way higher FBA than I do merchant fulfilled, or Or I don't even worry about the merchant fulfilled when I'm pricing my FBA. I don't even look at that but I feel like the gap has closed a bit. So people who before would just click Prime only are more likely now and probably also because of the postal delays and all of that too.
Right.
Are much more likely now to buy the merchant fulfilled than they were maybe a few months ago. So that's been good for me because some of my merchant fulfilled has been selling, or some of my own fulfillment has been selling better, I feel like, in the past few months. That's just something I've noticed.
Our merchant fulfilled is on fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're experiencing the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because like I can't keep I cleared off a shelf of books this week.
Yep.
It feels good, but at the same time now I got to find more inventory.
Yeah.
So if you
like,
waiting it out and people still feeling like, hey, this stuff ain't over with, guess what? People gonna try to stack up on all kind of stuff. So as long as you pushing it out there, it's gonna sell. Believe you me.
Yeah.
It's gonna sell.
Show and tell piece tonight for you. It's that same way. I'm like, I was not expecting for it to go. I listed the price on Amazon joking. Like, if it sells at this rate, I was thinking a Q4 item. I figured I'd hold on to it. It was on there 3 weeks, and it sold for like 4 times what the other ones were. Yep. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we just had a shark sighting, man. Land shark picker is in the house.
Hi, Greg.
Triple OG, OG, triple G.
Hi, Dottie.
Yeah, so there's a few more people popped in here as well.
Bless to the chat, man. Bless to the chat.
So if anybody in the chat has any questions for us, make sure you drop it in the chat so that we can get you an answer. This is definitely open for question and answers for the panel. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Just drop it in the chat, and we'll definitely get to it.
Hi,
So did you all have any accomplishments during the week that you want to talk about in reselling?
Not for reselling. I took a break.
Oh, good for you. That's an accomplishment.
If it was no listing, no photos, no nothing. If it had to go out, it went out. Other than that, I stayed in the bed. I relaxed. I just enjoyed myself and played video games.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I seen you on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to notice now when you go live.
We'll be doing it again tonight at like 10 o'clock. So.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I think anybody else want to chime in on that?
I opened up a shop on Instagram.
Yay!
I've been on my back burner for a while, and I just took the time this week to sit down and work through the steps and get some items up on Instagram. So I'm pretty excited about it because I feel like Instagram is really a social media platform where you can build a following.
Right.
I think that's the best place to build a following. So I'm kind of eager to see if it translates actually into sales in a shop. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is there any requirements to open up a shop?
You go through eBay Commerce Manager, look up eBay Commerce Manager, and then you have to open up that shop on eBay. You do all your, not eBay, Facebook. Did I say
Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook Commerce Manager. And then you add all your products there. And then once they're there, you can then go into your Instagram and pull them into your Instagram shop. I mean, basically, I have a Facebook shop too now, but my focus is really more on the Instagram part of it. So
very kind of links it together.
So your Facebook shop, are you pulling that from your eBay?
So I'm doing only clothing on it.
Right.
So I do have to manually, once I create a listing, and I use List Perfectly. So once I create a listing on Poshmark, I use List Perfectly to send it to Mercari and eBay. But then I have to manually push it onto Facebook, because it's not Facebook Marketplace. It's a Facebook shop.
Oh, okay.
But it's not, it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult.
Right. I was because I was reading something on Facebook that
I said we have it. I did it a while ago. Actually, oh my gosh, I can't think of her name right now. Who did we do the show with on Sundays?
I don't know.
Big Tom?
Candace
hooked me up and got me on it and everything, and then I just never did anything else with it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
My first item, I actually put up a book. It was a book called the History of Dance or something. It was a book set. And I listed it, and it was flagged as being possibly an adult item. And I was like, and I thought, I don't know how they could come to that conclusion, but I never followed through with it to do it. So it kind of sat there. And then I pulled that off, and I thought, I'm going to use it for clothes. I think it's a better fit for that anyway. So I'm kind of excited about it. Yeah.
Okay. Dale Dog up here trying to pop on me. Now, Dale Dog, I haven't locked down the warehouse yet. I put in my applications, but this week, majority of the people was on vacation. So I guess I will hear something next week. But yeah, man, I'm on it, mentor.
and unfortunately, David he's made a comment in here. His merchant sales came to a screeching halt. Some of the items I am the only one on it, and they won't let me have the buy box. Don't worry about that damn buy box. Just sell that thing.
Yeah, I think that one thing for me is when Amazon put out the restrictions in March. I mean, the buy box the prices was crazy. But I think that once FBA opened back up, the prices kind of dwindled a little bit. So my margins are not the same. So I had to make adjustments just to be able to make, some money off of the product. But yeah, I mean, I'm at the same, but I mean, I can't say I'm at the same because once FBA opened back up, I started back sending stuff to Amazon like a madman. But I'm definitely with what they doing with this 500 IPI, I'm definitely gonna be listing more of my stuff on Merchant Fulfill. I mean, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to
be ready for that Merchant Fulfill.
We actually have more items probably right now on Merchant Fulfilled than we do FBA. But it's because originally we couldn't send in what we wanted to send in because of the pandemic, and then because we weren't allowed to send anything in, our IPI went
from unlimited.
So I mean, we went from unlimited
to a square
storage to like we can send in as much.
What y'all talking
so
about?
I'm just like, screw it. It's just gonna be
Christmas was
Merchant
banging.
Fulfilled.
And we was banging all through that, man. I'm like, hold on, what y'all talking about? Send stuff in.
It'd be okay though. It's all good.
Hey, we know it's a numbers game.
We know how to wrap a package and send it out.
Yeah,
right.
If the post office don't stop running, we still cool.
You know, if y'all see me turn around a little bit ago, I'm like, we haven't got mail in 3 days, and I'm like, there goes the mail truck.
Man,
y'all didn't get that box today?
No,
sir.
Wow, they say it was scheduled to deliver today, but I guess.
Well, our mail person doesn't really, when they have time, they'll get it.
Yeah,
we don't have time right now.
It'll be there
okay. So, I just want to talk about one of the things that happened this week when it, in reference to reselling is that I got a message from Richard Murphy,
Devil D.
Basically let me know about a storage unit down here in my hometown, which, I mean, I'm like, when I got the message, I'm like, this guy in Maryland telling me about something in my hometown, but
in your backyard.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm glad he did because I haven't ventured over into storage units yet, but I was going to do it this week because the thing was this particular storage unit, I think it was 10 by 12, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But it was loaded with toys, like toys for tots. It looked like a whole lot of toys from when Toys R Us was open. I mean, it was just loaded from front to back. And because Devil Dog has a lot of experience with buying storage units, he was giving me all the tips of what to look for and this how he know this and this how he know that. And I'm looking at the photos and I'm calling Glass City Pickers. I'm like, hey man, y'all want to look at this? we make it go in. I like, I'm willing to go 3,500 for this storage. I mean, but if y'all want to jump in, we can split it,
Right.
And so I come home like 2 days later because it was like, in 2 days it was going to be over with. So I come home and I'm making sure like all my finance stuff is straight, that I can put the bid in, and everything's gonna go through. And I turn the site on, and it's missing. And I'm like, man, where it went to? So I called Glass City. I said, hey man, I was getting ready to put my information in, and the site in the unit went away. So I hit Del Dog up, and he was like, yeah, they probably paid. And I was like, oh man. I was sitting here licking my chops. I was ready to get paid and get this big old unit, and womp, 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 womp.
Hey, Big Tom, Leroy has a question. I don't know if you saw it or not. You may not have. He wants to know, when would you say it's too late to start putting things in or start an Amazon account before Q4? Well, you're probably too late right now for Q4. You probably could send in a few things, but I mean, go ahead and absolutely send in things, but
we'll go ahead and set up the account first.
Yeah,
they focus on your rank at that point. Like,
set
really
up
low sales ranks.
Hey, you might get in right now the way it is.
Yeah, who knows?
You might get in and have 500.
Be unlimited and get right in there.
Yeah, I think the thing is with Q4, Amazon now, like Glass City, just mentioned. I mean, you make. I know in the past, the main thing about Q4 was the restriction on you being able to ship toys. You could ship anything else, but you couldn't ship toys.
You have to have so many sales between, like, I want to say August, but I think it's before August.
No, it's by September or something. You got to have so many sales. In toys. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so many sales, not just in toys, but so many sales. And then they'll let you ship toys. But, I mean, you can still do the toys FBM. So, even if you don't meet the standards of being able to ship it into the fulfillment center, you can ship it from your house just like you would do if you was an eBay seller.
Yeah, but it's never too late. It's never too late to just start anything. Do it.
Yeah, so get in now. Don't wait.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, don't
Yeah,
wait.
David Cardi say he like y'all, Glass City.
What's that?
What's that?
He's FBM, man. He's like he said he was FBA all the way, but now he can't wait to get a sale on FBM.
Man, I'm having the boxes ready already sometimes out of 10. And it's like, dang.
Probably March, April, and May were.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Flipping Particles. Thank you for coming out, D.
Hey, D. Holding up that Michigan.
I want to know how you do that. How do you close your FBA and just do FBM? I don't understand that.
Yeah, you can close out your FBA. You just don't pay that business fee.
So you just sell merchant fulfill?
Yeah, you can go down. See, a lot of people, Amazon ain't advertising this now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can sign up. You can right now. You can close out your FBA account where you don't pay that $40 or $39.99 a month.
Gotcha.
And you can go down into there and sign up just to be like a FBM seller.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Individual account, not
now,
your.
basically, what happened is every sale you get, they're gonna get more commission off of it.
They get an extra $9 per sale.
Right.
If you sell more than 40 a month, if you say you have more than 40 sales a month, it makes sense to just keep paying that fee.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Like
that's what I was gonna say, Maggie, is Glass City, y'all ain't gonna meet that criteria, man. Y'all will be paying $300 a month because y'all getting about 300 sales.
Bro, ain't nothing changing around here.
No, I just didn't know. I wouldn't. I'm still sending in. I just wasn't aware of that. I did not know that.
Well,
David said, I will give a new sellers a tip. Look into kitchenware and houseware. You are most likely to get ungated. There you go.
We got ungated in a lot of houseware, cornyware and stuff.
Yeah, I was watching Flipping Particles show today, and she just mentioned it, that she closed her FBA.
What do you mean you had 50 items left and trashed them? D.
Probably had them dispose of them.
D. You never know. Another reseller would have bought those. You don't know.
Hey, what's going on, Swamp Picker? Appreciate you coming out, brother.
Hi, Carol.
Yeah, D, don't do that no more, D. If they wouldn't charge you no bona fide fees, D.
One
do
little
that,
trash is
the thing
another
is,
man's
D,
treasure.
up until August the 16th, you could have had those returned for free.
For free.
Oh, they were only books. Well, Maggie might say, what do you mean they were only books?
So they could have sent those to Pennsylvania. Yeah. So did y'all see any questions in the chat?
I think that was it from what I seen.
Okay. So we're around the 50-minute mark, and like I said, we want to keep this show around an hour tonight. Respect people's time. Before I get into the show and tell, Maggie, do you have anything else you want to share with us that we may need to know or may inspire a reseller or something that you're doing that I know? Well, I already know you're doing some things that we ain't doing, but when it comes to
give a shout out to all of your platforms.
What's that?
Give a shout out to all your platforms.
So yeah, I sell books on eBay and Etsy and Amazon, and I sell clothing on eBay and Poshmark, Mercari, and now Instagram. No, I guess I just would say, I don't know. I wrote a bunch of notes here. Okay, I'm ready for Q4. I would just say in the clothing area, keep up with what's happening. You know, ThredUp does this trend report where they did it. Actually, ThredUp did a trend report where they really talked about what's to come in this next year. And what they're saying is that the growth in secondhand clothing sales is going to just go up exponentially. That I think they said in 2014, 30% of women said that they would consider buying secondhand clothes, and that recently in 2020, that's now up to 70%. So 70% of women are now into buying secondhand clothes. Buying secondhand clothes is now a thing. It's a thing. You used to be ashamed to say you shopped at the thrift shop, and now people are proud to say they shop at the thrift shop. You know, it's all about sustainable fashion. It's all about that secondhand thing is
that it's all about that look.
Well, and you mentioned ThredUp, so Victoria's Closet, correct? Big Tom, that's who we had on a few weeks ago.
Treasures.
Victoria Treasures.
Oh no, that was Vandy.
Vandy's Closet. Yeah.
So she was talking about the ThredUp. So I went ahead and we ordered the bag to send everything in. I just have yet to do it because I'm a little nervous about it. But that is another platform that we are looking to do. Yeah.
So in every weekday morning, I'm on a show. It's Valerie Chickpicker has a show every morning at 9 a.m. And she is really now getting into the ThredUp and doing really, really well on it. I don't get clothing cheap enough, I don't think, for ThredUp.
See, and that's what I was worried about, honestly.
I do not go to the bins. I do not. So I think if you're a person who can go to the bins, if you have a lot of like rummage sales where you get the clothing really, really cheap, but Valerie's done really, really well at it. So, I think it's a thing that you're hearing a lot about now. But in any case, go to ThredUp and just read their trend report because they've got a really in-depth look.
I've never heard about them until Victoria had mentioned it, and then I looked into it, and I thought that would be something I would like to do. But then I looked at the prices and everything, and I was like, I don't know. I'm a little nervous, but we have the bag, so I'm going to go ahead and fill the bag up and send it in and see what happens.
I don't think it ever hurts to try something.
No.
So, when I couldn't go thrifting, I ordered like a box of clothing from a company. I guess I don't know if you call it a liquidation company or whatever, and it was awful. I made no money on it. But you know what? I always wanted to do it, and now I know it's not something that's going to work for me. But now I know that. So I think it never hurts to do something different at least once. What does it hurt? And then you might find a whole new avenue opened up for you. And if not, then been there, done that. It's not for me.
Right.
Right.
I know several people who have had a lot of success with it. So
Yeah, David Carr, y'all sell shoes on eBay. I mostly sell new shoes, though. I don't dabble into used shoes.
Yeah. No.
Other platforms you can focus on, depending on what shoes you have, are platforms like GOAT. If you really want like the shoe, like the aficionados, they go to GOAT and they will find and pay top dollar on that application. So that's a good one for you to keep an eye on.
That's a platform I've never even heard of.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah,
GOAT. Yeah.
It's another one too. It's two of them out there that mirror each other.
Yeah, I have to look. I can send them to you.
Right.
Thank you, Chick Picker. I will.
Right.
I don't think I have too many shoes left. Outside of when the kids, like, if we buy shoes and then like when the kids are growing, like outgrow them in a month, like, oh, I didn't realize your foot was going to grow that fast. They wore them twice, and now I'm like, okay.
That's it. He put it in StockX.
And
that's what I was going. That's the one I was thinking about.
I was going to say, I want to thank all the resellers because I learn something new every time we are on the show. I've never heard of ThreadUp before. Our girl in Philadelphia.
Right.
Who's that one? D. Oh my gosh.
I can't remember her name.
You know who you're talking about.
And she was the first one that came on the show.
Yeah.
To talk about
Cute little blonde. Yeah. Anyways, I never heard of ThreadUp. Never heard of whatever he was just talking about.
Go.
Yeah.
It's like I learn something new all the time.
Right.
That one.
That's what this is about. We bring different things to the table, and I think that's what's beautiful about it.
I love it.
Right.
Dale.
So,
thank you, Marie.
hey, what are sales? I appreciate
I'm so glad you have my back.
Richard Murphy. See Devil Dog comment. Devil say he's sending 12 pallets of bread up. Yeah. So definitely I don't want to talk too much about it right now, but that's definitely something that I'm trying to do is get into the liquidation game, and when it come to pass, definitely gonna be letting everybody know that support the show, where I'm at with it, what's going on. But I think, I know I have a good person that is kind of guiding me with this, and that's Richard Murphy. And if you want to get into liquidations and you got questions, that's the guy to go to. I mean, he's been doing this for probably 10 years or more. So you definitely want to talk to him.
Devil Dog.
So anybody got anything they want to plug before we get into the show and tell? Because once we finish the show and tell, I'm going to close out the show.
Well, I mean, if y'all want to hang out with me later on tonight at 10 p.m. on Twitch, Addicted to Hustle, same as here. We're just going to have fun. It's going to be a good time playing video games, and just anything random can happen. So just bear with us.
Right. Chris, Tonya?
What we want to plug? Just want to plug, God bless all the resellers, everybody that came out to hustle to the show with us tonight. Maggie, thank you. Addicted.
Just everyone in the chat, everyone. We love y'all. Thank you. And I love learning things every time I come on.
Thank you.
Y'all gonna keep the show going on Tuesdays?
Yeah, man, it's gonna go on.
Yeah, we'll be back one Tuesday.
Yeah.
They don't go back on vacation.
Yeah, man, we back, man. We're gonna get out of vacation mode pretty soon.
I need big time to come here for about 3 days. That's all I need. 3 days, and he'll understand.
3 days of Sergeant Slaughter.
3 days.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna be back to the dance.
Great, kids.
What it says? Hey, man, I'm glad I could help you out, man. No problem at all.
Yes.
Yes, Jennifer, you were right.
All right, so let's get into the show and tell. So, anybody want to start, and I'll close it out.
I don't have anything.
Well, sounds easy. So,
just a
picture. Oh, we'll go ahead and wait for you to.
All right, go ahead.
So, this right here, brand new sealed. I think we ended up picking this up for like $5, and I ended up selling this thing for $48 plus shipping, and it was all through Mercari. So, like, I thought when I looked at the thing, I sold it on Amazon. I was mistaken. I had got the notice from Mercari. So, board games and stuff are still on the rise. I'm only expecting to get like $15 to $20 plus shipping. So that's my one thing is for people to look out is for board games and different games that are still trending upward.
So you sold that on Macari. So once you get the sale, they send you the shipping label. Is that how it works?
Email, and you go into that, and you can print off the shipping label in your email, and then you just affix that to the box or print it out through your printer, however you want to do it. And that's pretty much it. Send it in, and you can put all your adjustments and stuff like the same way you do with Amazon for FBA.
Right.
You can do the adjustments per size and weight, and it'll adjust the. I've noticed their prices for shipping are way awful compared to like Amazon or eBay because they're not getting the discounts as heavily, but it's still pretty fair. And as long as you know how to read those transitions and trends for shipping, you'll be fine. You just have to work it into your price.
Right. Okay. So are you cross listing?
On some stuff I am, but when it comes down to, I really focus on how much is it going to cost to ship me through Amazon and what someone's willing to pay. And things I know are just not worth for me to sell on Amazon because they're going to drive the price down. Like that one was supposed to trend up. Thankfully it did. But I looked on Amazon and just a little bit ago, it was only selling for $19.
Right.
So you're talking about a $26 profit margin that I would have missed out on if I hadn't sold it on Mercari. So,
yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up too, man. Is you got to understand, not saying you, but people, resellers got to understand that, you know, when Q4 first opened up from August till probably about early October, you're going to have people fighting for the bottom, man. They're going to fight for the bottom, but that's a good thing because they're going to be out of the way by quickly towards the end of October, the beginning of November. You know, their inventory is going to be kind of low, you know, because the bottom line is if you're going out there and you selling something only making a $2-3 profit, before you know it, you're going to be putting yourself out of business anyway, you know. So, and that's the way I look at it. I've been looking at that trend for even the first year I came in, and the guy that, you know, I learned from basically was like, you know, don't get in the rat race in those first couple months of Q4 because people going to drive the price down. Just wait. And that second year, you know, I paid close attention, and he was exactly right, you know. So, and that's the kind of, you know, method that Glass City and myself use is that, you know, we're not going to run down to the bottom in those first couple of months, you know, unless you got something that you just trying to liquidate because you had it in your inventory forever. You know, but if you know it's a toy Q4 type of thing, nah, we're not doing that. You know, we'll wait until December and, you know, pull our stuff out right after Christmas, you know, if it doesn't sell to prevent those extreme storage fees, but we're not going to run down to the bottom, you know.
No, sir.
And that's a good thing, too, that, like you say, you made the decision to go and sell it on another platform, just not even compete with those guys that, you know, trying to drive the price down.
Exactly. I think that's your thing is as you get knowledgeable in this business, you know, as they old saying, you know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Some things, if you want to be a quick flip and, you know, hey, it's going to sell, make your money, get in. You know, like Glass City said, you're going to get in when it's hot, right? So, but some things like that, which, you know, this trending up, guess what? When the price goes up, guess what? Less people are willing to buy it. But someone's willing. So you have to kind of ride that wave. And that's what I did with that one. So it worked out.
Right. And David Carr, you got a good point here.
That's what I was just telling Chris.
Huh?
That's what I was just telling Chris. I muted us and told him, I said he's right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't talk about that a lot, but that's a gem right there.
Hey, but you know, that first quarter a monster, man. When you
if you're trying to get into Amazon and you're a new reseller, that information that David Carr just put there, that's a gem. You definitely can make a whole lot of money in the first quarter.
Yes, sir.
You know, you may have to sit on it for a little bit, but you can make some money.
Yes, sir.
Getting those gifts and stuff like that. That's kind of a good way of looking at it. People are still getting gift cards and stuff, and they're going to spend it quickly.
Right. Maggie, you do you have anything?
I do. Can I show you something?
You can show us whatever you got. It's the floor is yours.
I bought this little stack that looks like probably nothing, but they're actually kind of funky little cookbooks. So this is let me see, the Bluefish cookbook, but they're vintage, they're older cookbooks, and they're more specifically, for instance, this one's cooking with an African flavor. This one is a fondue cookbook. So we look for these all the time, and we bought this little stack. I think we paid pay 25 cents a piece for these, and I'm showing you the ones I have left. I sold one of these for $60 on Amazon just yesterday.
Wow.
I sold another one for $50 on Etsy, last week. So just like a little gold mine, 25. And people at a yard sale or thrift shop, they don't even look at them. They don't even glance at them.
So what's the condition you selling them in?
Used.
They're used. I usually list them, for instance, on eBay. I would list them under books, antiques, antiquarian, and collectibles. I wouldn't.
Right.
And then I just list them in, and that way you don't put a description in. Like if you listed it as nonfiction, you'd have to do good, acceptable, fair, whatever.
Okay.
But in the antiquarian category, you don't have to choose a condition word. And then I just describe, this is a soft cover book. It's got soiling to the cover, but that doesn't really make any difference because these are recipes that people can't find
Right.
Anywhere else. These are books that were some of them were self-published, so they were never published and never public. And people love these, like, just different, especially ethnic recipes. The one that sold for $60 was vegetarian soul food recipes.
Right.
Oh, nice.
So just different things like that. But I did find something else at a yard sale, which is completely and utterly out of my realm and comfort zone. So I thought maybe you all could tell me if I did good or not. It's this.
Oh my gosh, that will go for so much.
Yeah.
Calm down, Tonya.
I am not kidding.
Yeah.
Is it all in there?
Everything on the inside is is still in the plastic.
Oh yeah.
Maggie,
Yeah.
What do you think?
you are sitting on a little diamond there.
They'll do well.
So that's for eBay, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
eBay's the place
Oh,
for it.
yes. That was a great find.
Awesome. Good. I thought when I picked it up, I said, "My husband."
For $75 last week.
What's that?
The one I had was for the Wii. The PS4 and the Xbox One drive more money, but I sold the Wii version of that exact one for $75 plus shipping last week.
Oh, awesome.
What's that one for? The Xbox?
Xbox
Yeah.
One.
Yeah. You'll command at least over about 100 to 125 for it.
Really?
Yeah.
I
And
paid
honestly, you
$5
could actually get more if you hold it, set your price, and go into Q4 with it. You'll likely get 130 plus for it.
Ah,
Yeah, Murphy said 127.99 for a
Yeah.
new one.
That was a beautiful find.
Yeah,
That's still brand new.
man, I just pulled that off my head. My goodness,
I
That's
paid
still
$5
brand new.
for that.
How much?
$5.
you
Oh
stole
my
it.
goodness. Yeah, that was a beautiful find.
Yeah.
Good
So-
for
Hey,
you.
you might as well say you didn't pay nothing for that. They gave it to you.
Good
Yeah,
for
when
you.
you
That was a great find.
Yes,
when
it
you
was.
got that for $5, Maggie, you should have been running. You should have had the slow jog going on.
And I got at the same
Out of
time
here.
a KitchenAid toaster, so I haven't looked that up yet either.
And one of my buddies found one of these the other day for $20.
Hi,
But
Deb.
it's the same kind of deal, but it's the Guitar Hero Live. He bought it new for $20. I don't know if y'all can see what it is. It's kind of the two guitars.
Yeah.
And right now is on Amazon at $319.99. If you can find them, they are selling.
Yeah. Maggie, why don't you try it? Can you not put that on Amazon?
You
Merchant
can do that
fulfilled?
with me. Yeah,
Um,
you should be able to do that one. On
You
Etsy.
can do
it's
that.
not new though, right?
You can
What's
list
that?
as used, good
Yeah,
condition.
you can list that as used as well. I would just do the comps on both, and whichever one appealing, that's the way you go.
Yep.
All right. I'll take a
This
look.
Fulfilled on Amazon might get you more. So check the comps, scan them both, and see.
I will. I mean, I sell video games on eBay, or on Amazon, but I've never sold like a toy or anything like that.
That was a good find.
Yeah, Mac can
If
come
you
in
want to
here.
sell it right now, let me know.
Mac came in here and knocked the grand slam with that one.
That was a great find.
If you want to sell it,
You're at 111,000, right? I mean, it's going to sell. I mean,
Yeah.
that's brand new to plastic.
I thought
tell
you all could tell me.
That's one of those moments where I be at a yard sale and I get something like that. I feel like I got to get away real quick. Feel like I'm stealing. Like,
David says, I have a platform. David's pocket.
all right. So, Glass City, y'all have anything?
No, not tonight.
Right, so let me get, like I say all the time, you got to have more than just the stores that you get your stuff from. You got to have people that, some people call them the, hookup man. Some people call them connection or whatever. But I have a guy of some folks. But this one particular person, every time he hit me up, I know he has some good stuff. And I know I'm going to get it for a good price because we pretty much have an understanding of what I'm going to pay him for these items. So let me just do a little quick show of what I picked up from him.
What your guy got for
my
you?
My dude. All right, so I have Spun.
Yeah.
And Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Okay.
Another Alien.
Okay.
And I probably have about 6 of these coming from him. I don't even know what you call it. X-Man Force.
Oh, excellent.
Character.
Good old Deadpool.
And these 2 items right here.
What's
all right, so everything I just showed y'all, I paid $50 for it.
Dang, that was good.
So your X-Force alone will probably bring that for Deadpool.
So this is the kind of stuff that my guy he bring to me. And like I said,
you must have choked that dude, man. You must have choked him already, man.
No, we just basically I just set the tempo that if you got some stuff, you don't have to list it on no platform. This is what I can afford to pay, and we agreed, and that's what it is.
Kathy, I'm not sure who that is. Kathy said we got a storage unit for a storage locker for $110. They sold a coin for $125 and a Bible for $75. Bibles are a beautiful thing. People like to buy those. So that's a good thing to get. That was a great day.
$2 deal. So Shay D, I don't know if y'all know her, but her and her husband's are resellers. Her husband is ex-military, and they are resellers out of Texas. So we talk a lot as well about reselling and what we doing with our different businesses. So basically that's my show and tell for the week. And if anybody else got anything you want to plug, you can go ahead and plug. If you don't, we're going to go ahead and close the show out. So we're going to go around the room right quick. Anybody got anything? Any last words?
Any last words? More money, no problems, more money.
Maggie, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So you took the words out of my mouth, Maggie. I definitely, and just for the people out in the audience.
Addicted to the hustle.
What happened?
I told him, nice meeting him, nice meeting Maggie, nice meeting Buffalo Picker. Thank you for having us back on the show again. You dig?
So So just for the people in the audience, I just want to kind of give you a backstory about how I got Maggie to the show. And I should have did this at the beginning. Jennifer Hayes, she's the moderator pretty much been the moderator for my show ever since I started, and definitely want to give her a big shout out. And she mentioned that Maggie would be great to have on the show. So we've been kind of working around trying to get the schedule right, and I finally got her here tonight, and I'm so happy that she was able to be available to be on our show. And I definitely would like to have you back in the future, Maggie, because you got a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge with reselling, and people need to know that.
Thank you. Thanks. It's just great to talk to you all in person.
Right. So thank everybody for coming out. Appreciate you all continually supporting the show. And like I said, we're not here trying to sell anything. All the information that we provide is free. We don't shoot from the hip. If we don't know, we definitely gonna go find out so that we can help you make an informed decision with reselling. With that being said, Steal a Nation.
Steal a Nation. Shay, he doesn't have another choice.